Hi, it's your coach Joe Lucas, and welcome to this episode of the Magellan Network Show. Hey, in this episode, let's talk leadership. Let's talk about running our teams, leading our clients, and holding high standards. So let's just go ahead and jump right into this. In my coaching career, which is now over 26 years of just working exclusively with advisors, the concept of leadership is often a overlooked area for an advisor. We think about why we got into this business. We got into this business because we like planning, or we like markets, or we like helping people, or we like money, or some combination of various things, right? Rarely do you have inside of that recipe, hey, I want to go ahead and lead people. I'm going to lead my team. I'm going to lead my clients. I'm going to go master that, right? And I think what happens a lot of times with advisors is we just kind of go on autopilot. I see it all the time in my work when I'm talking to a new advisor that I may be working with or coming inside of network. We start talking about how they run their teams and what are the protocols. And I ask, how do you lead? And, how do I lead always, elicits a very pregnant pause, right? Well, I don't know, or it's haphazard. I said, well, a couple things. And this is what I tell them. I said, number one, a team is a reflection of the leader's psychology. And so what do I mean by that? What I mean is that if the leader, i.e. the advisor, is disorganized, fearful, scarcity-minded, lacks high standards, right? They kind of, their office literally looks like a bomb hit it. That team is going to mimic that psychology. It's going to be dysfunctional. And what's interesting about that is the advisor will be the one who's very frustrated, right? They'll come to me and say, "Oh, my team doesn't work, and my system's no good, or da da da, or my junior." And I say, okay, well, let's take a step back. That may be true, but let's look at how you roll. Let's talk. Let's have the facts. Let's have the truth. And oftentimes, it comes out that, hey, you allowed this to happen because you never set the standard. Now, when I say setting standards, let me be very clear. I think a lot of advisors misinterpret this. I'm not saying you have to be the first one in the building and the last one to leave. I'm not saying that. In fact, many of my clients, we go the opposite way. We may be the last one in the building and the first one leaving, but our team understands that we compensate them well. They understand their roles. Even if we're taking a lot of downtime, renewal time, doing things outside, it doesn't mean that our team doesn't function at a high level because we can lead. Remember, being a leader does not mean you're a micromanager or a dictator. Okay, it's not about that. And if that's your concept of what you think it takes, this is your gigantic blind spot. So I want to go back to my earlier comment about, the team takes on the psychology of the leader. So on the other side of that, if the leader founder is organized, has a game plan, vision, high standards, right? A great communicator, really crafts a vision. Like every leader needs to not only have for themselves a 5-year vision for their business, but they need to communicate that with their team. Hey, here's what we're going to do. What we're going to do. Because of COVID-19, I think a lot of it is we've gone into survival mode, and I think with remote work, remote teams, right? It's been a big thing in our industry. That I think a lot of advisors have abdicated that responsibility because, well, these are not normal times, Joe. Hey, we got COVID-19. I can't get the team together. Hey, BS. Get them on a Zoom. Everything that you do in your office can be done in a virtual setting. Everything. You want to do daily team huddle, which is one of our core protocols, right? With leadership, 5 or 10 minute daily huddle. Get them on Zoom, 8:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock, whenever you used to do in the office. Everybody comes on. You do it. Your weekly team meeting, right? Instead of buying lunch and everybody sits in the conference room on a Monday or Friday, guess what? You Zoom it. You find a way, right? I think we've got to get off of this. Well, when we get back to the office, things are. Hey, there's no guarantee that's going to happen. So maybe we need to reconfigure how we want to run our teams and what kind of leader we're going to be. So what else does a leader need to do? Not only just hold high standards, but communicate those standards, right? I think most advisors suck at communicating. And I know that sounds odd because we're in the people business, we're in the communication business, but there's so much fluff inside of their conversations, from how we delegate. Hey, this is important. I need this done right away. This is urgent. That's not proper. That's not specific delegation. That's a fluffy delegation strategy because you're not really assigning any timeline. I've done exercises in rooms with advisors and staff, and here's one of the exercises. I need this done right away. And I have them write down on a piece of paper what that means in terms of time, right? Minutes, hours, days, whatever, right? And and you can do this in your own team if you want. If you have a team, you'll do the same thing. Hey, I need this done right away. What does that mean to you in terms of time or timeline, right? And you'll get anywhere from drop everything right now, get it done to within 24 hours and everything in between. You cannot allow your team to interpret your meaning. They're not a mind reader. And I know some of you are going to sit there and say, well, Joe, my team should know better. I paid them well. Then no. Number one, it's going to be your frustration. Number two, it's going to be a not good client situation. So when you delegate like what I delegate. I need something. We're writing an article here for one of the trades, and I have a ghostwriter or like an English person kind of make sure I don't butcher things too much. Of all my skill sets, writing is probably one of my least favorite things to do. I like doing video. I like doing audio. To sit down and kind of do stuff. It's just English was like my worst, thing in school. And I said, I need this back by 5 p.m. today. Acknowledge, question mark, right? And sure enough, 4:45, back, no problem, met my expectations, did a great job of tweaking it up, good to go. It's out with my PR person, and we're good, right? But if I said, hey, I need this back, this is important, I need this back, I could be waiting a day, I could be waiting 2 days. Like, in other words, I have uncertainty in when my expectations are. So as a leader, you want to go ahead and really make sure that you communicate with absolute specifics, no matter what. Next, standards. So if the standard is, hey, we're rocking and rolling by 8:30 every morning, and you have a habitual late team member, and you be quiet, what that tells the other team members, right? It's okay. Your silence is your endorsement. Now, because most advisors are, again, in this business, we want to help people. We tend to be people. If you're doing a disc profile, it's like a high I or a yellow, if you will. Part of that is that you don't like conflict or the appearance of conflict. So what a lot of advisors will do is they will not hold their team to standard. And once you start allowing your team standards to slip, and especially this is going on, especially now with, like I said, we're working from home. You have to get back on those standards. And how do you hold those standards? Very simple. Hey, you know what? If everybody should be rocking and rolling at 8:30 in the morning, then you know what? Our daily team huddle, 8:30, we're gonna be on Zoom, and you cannot be late. And if you're not there, we're assuming you're occupied doing other things. It's like being late to the office. No good, right? You start holding standards. You need to do that. And for some of you, that means you need to recalibrate everything that you're doing because you're not in physical presence. And if you are, there's no guarantee you're going to maintain that physical presence, depending on what goes on, right? So you better recalibrate everything and really look at it. And I also want to address the vision part of this, again, conversation around leadership. You have to be setting a vision for your team, which means you have to have one yourself. And yes, I know it's a bit of a challenge because of what's ever going on, but I'll share this. We're getting close to the mid-year here in 2020. I'm looking over my clients' goals, where we are, and I always do bands, like a range of goals for all my clients. And by and large, I'm not going to recommend we drop anything. We may not get to the top, area of the goal, but we're going to be in range. You know what that tells me? Business can be done. You can grow your business inside of this environment. Now, if you get up in the morning and you say, oh man, you can't grow your business, or it's hard to grow your business, or I'm lucky to just have clients, that vibe permeates your team, your culture. It just does. So what is your culture? What do you all stand for? Like, what's your leadership style? Why should I join your team? So I want you to think about how you answer this question. Let's say you needed to find talent and you need to go attract that talent. And the candidate asks you in the interview, Hey, what, I'm talking to several other different teams. Tell me why I should come join this team. How would you answer that question? Tell me why I should join your team. See, most advisors think, well, I just throw money at it, right? Oh, no problem. I just throw money at it and fix it. They don't stay because they're unfulfilled. They're well compensated, but they're unfulfilled. As a leader, one of our key goals, one of our key roles is we have to understand how our team members tick, what's important to them, what's going to what's not going to just economically reward them, but personally fulfill them. That's team culture. And if you're just running around trying to get the work done, the biggest failure I see with advisors, they don't put the time and energy into building proper team communication and proper team culture. If I asked you, if I were to randomly call you up and say, hey, it's Coach Joe, I'm going to interview you for 5 minutes. Tell me about your team culture. Tell me why a team member should join you. More importantly, tell me why an investor should hire you as their advisor. Tell me how you answer those questions. Or is it part of your team DNA? If it's not, then you've got some work to do, my friend. Because leadership is multifaceted. It's about vision, accountability, standards, communication, but it's also a part of mental, physical, and emotional energy. If you're stepping into your game every day as a leader, and you're basically emotionally vaporized because of everything that's been going on, and your whole concept is, man, I just want to get through the day, and you're not thinking about how to lead your team, how to inspire them. And I know some of you are going to sit there and say, well, Joe, I pay my people a lot of money, I don't need to inspire them. BS. That's a story you like to tell yourself, so you abdicate from doing what you don't want to do. That's just being lazy, period. So where are you on this? So if I say to you, number one, and low self-score here, right? Number one, does your team know what your vision is for the business? What you stand for? Think about that. Number two, what is the standards that you've set for your team? Number three, how do we communicate? That's our meetings, our daily huddle, our weekly team meeting, monthly team strategic meeting, quarterly, so on. What are we doing around that? Number five, how clear are you with your communication? When you're delegating, are you running into a problem? And by the way, this goes always. So think about communication. How do you communicate to your clients? When your clients communicate to you, how do you interpret that communication, right? So for example, a client says, hey, I'd like you to do this for me. Okay, well, hey, we'll get it done right away. What's the expectation? Versus, hey, we're definitely going to get this done from you. I just want to make sure we meet your needs. What timeline do you expect us to give you an answer by? Or the analysis, or the documentation, or whatever it is. What would be your, and they say, well, and what's funny is, most advisors will be overly aggressive, like, oh, I got to get this done right away, where a client's like, hey, if I get it next week, that's fine. Ask the clarifying question. So how do you communicate? Next, where are you with energy? Are you coming in the office or just getting through the day? Or are you really taking care of yourself and you have this mental and emotional and physical energy which you can put into your team to energize it, to lead it properly? You cannot lead if your gas tank is empty. You just cannot. You're gonna go in your office, close your door, or worse yet, be at home because you can't be in your office, and basically shut like you're a soloist. We are being challenged as leaders in this environment. Make no mistake about that. And the game of leadership has changed. It is not the same as it was. Pick a date, March 15th. The game changed the day the country shut down, basically. Everything is different. Everything requires a relook. And if some of you are waiting for it to go back to normal, I hate to burst your bubble. There is no normal anymore. There'll be a new normal, right? But there won't be a normal. So what you need to do is recalibrate everything. You know, we're coming up to the mid-year, which is great. And I'm hoping and I'm encouraging all of you to get at least, get some downtime, get away for a bit. And I know getaways is kind of an interesting statement, right? What does that really mean these days? But you got to unplug. And I want you to think about, am I really leading well? Because I'll tell you, when we do our live events, when we do leadership and we do benchmarking, and I lay out the the various benchmarks of leaders, and sometimes we actually have their tribe fill out their own score. Massive disconnects. I remember in a room where we're at a major wirehouse and we're doing this team program that I created. And so the way we worked, it was beautiful. We had the team leader, right? And then they brought their tribe, right? Everybody got a round table. So every team was kind of by their own. I think we had like 13 teams in the room. And one of the things is that we have this leadership benchmarking that we do. And I said, so here's how we're going to play. And I said, we passed out the forms. And I said, here's what I want you to do. I want the leader to rank themselves. And then I want the team to rank the leader individually. And let's see how that looks. In almost every instance, the leader ranked themselves way higher than the team gave them their score. Think about that. And we're talking about multi-million-dollar production team. We're not talking about people that haven't figured it out, right? It was shocking to the leaders, like they thought they were doing a great job. But my people are well paid. They get 4 weeks vacation and da 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 da. I said, yeah, but there's more than that. I mean, our industry is great at throwing money at a problem. Doesn't mean it's going to solve the problem. So here's what I want you to do. If any of this made sense to you, I want you to think about your team. And if you really have the guts, go sit down with each one of them individually and ask, what's 1 or 2 things I can do to lead this team better? That's your challenge from this episode. To sit down with your tribe and don't sit there and say, well, Joe, we can't get together. I don't care. Make a phone call. Get on a Zoom. Right? What's the 1 or 2 things I could do to lead the team better? And whatever the answer is, take the advice. Your team knows more about you, good and bad, than you think. Do you really want to know the truth? Because, my friend, the truth will set you free. And it'll create a whole new door of possibilities for you with your team, your business, and yourself. Thanks for watching and listening to this episode of the Magellan Network Show. See you on our next episode. So there you have it. If you really enjoyed watching this episode, go ahead and subscribe to the Magellan Network Show with Coach Joe here on YouTube. And remember, I'm always here to help you become a better entrepreneur, business owner, and financial advisor. With that, I'll see you next time on the Magellan Network Show with me, Coach Joe. Take care and goodbye.